Well, back here at Harris Field, 6-2, Cumberland leading Oklahoma City. As we go to the top of the fourth inning. And for the Cumberland Bulldogs, top of the order coming up, Mike Finkel, Philip Cudrado, and Charlie McFarland to face Mike Wlotkowski on the mound for Oklahoma City. Wlotkowski in relief of E.J. Shanks, who got lit up in this baseball game. And Eddie Ortega out on the mound for Cumberland gets the double play ball that he desperately needed in the third. And he gets out of the jam, and here come the Bulldogs again offensively. They have played at least a run in each of the first three innings. A single run in the first, 4 in the second, and another solo run in the third. Oklahoma City on a Ted Ledbetter 2-run home run got 2 in the first, and it was a brief lead. They have been shut out since. Wlotkowski set the pitch. He is low, but strike call to Mike Minkel. It's 0-1. Minkel is 0 for 2 so far in this game. He has bounced back to the mound, and he has grounded out to Denver Kitchen short in 2 trips. Here comes the 0-1, and that ball is hit well to right center field. Balster after it, so is Ledbetter. It'll be Ledbetter that gets to it as he ran that one down, and there is one out here in the fourth inning, and Philip Cudrado will stand in. Cudrado, an RBI triple in the second. He is also grounded out to second base. He's 1 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI.
One thing this Cumberland team will want to guard against, Brian, trying to hit the ball out of the yard every time. Already 8 hits, but this is a new pitcher, Mrs. Mikowski, and he's a guy going to try to keep the ball down, and so they can bang this thing into the ground. And so Woody Hunt's team is going to need to continue just to stick with the fundamentals and do what got him here, and that's just continue to hit line drives.
Philip Cudrado up there on the left side. The righty Wlotkowski delivers, and that is out of the zone. It's 1-0. 6 runs already, 8 hits for Cumberland. 2 runs, 3 hits, and an error for Oklahoma City. The error did hurt. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Huge cut there by Cudrado. Could not catch up in the count, even at 1-1. The sun will not be a factor much longer as it sinks down in the west. It'll be behind the mountains here in just a short time. 1-1 pitch. Hit him! And so Cudrado is aboard after being hit by the Wlotkowski pitch. And so 1-on-1 out. And here's Charlie McFarland. McFarland, 2 for 2, hit his 23rd home run of the year. In the first, a solo shot, then delivered an RBI single. In the second, he's already driven in 2 and scored 1.
Hitter number 33, Charlie McFarland.
McFarland, as Mike pointed out, has had some chiropractic issues here at the series, but nothing that has kept him out of the lineup, and he has been a big producer for Cumberland in the World Series, and he's up there now on the right side with a runner at first base. Wlotkowski from the stretch delivers low, and the count is 1-0 to Charlie McFarland, the Cumberland DH. Lights are on now here at Harris Field. Again, the sun will sink here in just a few more moments. And it's going to be, again, a beautiful night here in Lewiston, Idaho. 1-0 the count. Wlotkowski set. Here's the pitch. And it's lined into the glove of Denver Kitch. Throw back to first base. Did they get him? Double play. Well, see one, do one. Great play by Kitch. Gets up the ladder, then throws a strike to first base. And the Bulldogs are turned away here in the fourth. No runs, no hits, no errors, and thanks to the twin killing, nobody left on base. Big defensive play by Denver Kitch. We go to the home half of the fourth. 6-2 Cumberland back after a timeout on this World Series baseball broadcast brought to you in part by the Clearwater River Casino just down the road from home. Well, back here at Harris Field on the campus of Lewis Clark State College, a reminder you're listening to live coverage of the World Series on Talk Radio 950 KOZE AM Lewiston and online at KOZE-sports.com. We go to the home half of the fourth inning, and for Oklahoma City, Tony Sanguinetti, Arnie Gomez, and Cameron Clark to lead things off here against Eddie Ortega. Well, both teams got big double plays to get out of their halves of the last inning and a half, and there's a strike from Eddie Ortega. The count is 0-1. Ortega got an around-the-horn double play on Ted Ledbetter to end the bottom of the third, and then Denver Kitch, a line out to him, and he threw back to first base to get the double play to get Mike Wlotkowski out of the inning unscathed. That pitch is low. It's 1-1 to Tony Sanguinetti. Sanguinetti up there on the right side did not have his best game last night offensively. The Stars didn't need it. Pitches in there for a strike, and Sanguinetti could not hold up, and the count is 1-2. Tony Sanguinetti. A good right-handed bat for OCU as Ortega ready. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, and that's up high. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the Stars catcher, Tony Sanguinetti. Ortega delivers, and there's a ground ball to the left side through for a base hit between third and short. So Tony Sanguinetti gets the leadoff single here, and Eric Tuberville will come out as the courtesy runner, and our courtesy runner is brought to you by Cable1.net. For greater speed and a substantial performance boost online, call Cable1.net, 746-3325. Here's Arnie Gomez now, the Stars' first baseman. It is 6-2 in favor of Cumberland. And again, if the Bulldogs hold on and win this game tonight, they will take home the national championship to Lebanon, Tennessee. Ortega set from the stretch, and here's the pitch, and it's delivered high to Arnie Gomez, and the count is 1-0. Gomez, a strikeout victim, his first time up. Well, if you're just joining us now, Tony Sanguinetti singled to the left side, and Eric Tuberville is now running over there. So the Stars, a threat here in the fourth now with Tuberville at first, and here's the pitch from Ortega to Gomez, and he lifts that one into left center field, and Moreland coming up makes the catch. He got it played perfectly, and it was actually further into left field than I thought. And there's one away here in the fourth inning. Tuberville has to stay at first base as that ball was hit too hard and on a line to Moreland. Here's Cameron Clark.
We have an email from some of our friends in Yukon, Oklahoma, Don Davis, who passes on his good wishes to the coaching staff of the Stars. Coach Krabach, Keith Lytle, Brandon Kitch, Brian Kraft. Hello to them. They do a lot of work as well. It's not just the players.
Cameron Clark, the hitter now, and he grounds that one foul toward us. On the ground, it's 0-1. Cameron is over 1, a strikeout victim looking his first time up. That was when Eddie Ortega got him with 3 straight breaking pitches for the out. 0-1 here on Cameron Clark. Our thanks to all of you listening on the internet for emailing us, letting us know where you're listening at, who you're rooting for. Ortega set. Here's the 0-1. Low. 1-1 here on Cameron Clark. 6-2 our score. Cumberland leading Oklahoma City in that double play by Denver Kitch. That's the first time tonight that the Stars have been able to keep the Bulldogs off the board. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tuberville with a lead at first base, and he goes. And here's the pitch, and it's hit down the right field line and foul territory, and that's going to get out of play. And it's 1-2 here on Cameron Clark. The hit and run on as Denny Krabach wants to put the game in motion, put a little pressure on the Bulldogs defensively. That one fouled off. It's 1-2 now on the hitter, Cameron Clark. Cameron, a junior from Victoria, Australia. Ortega working from the stretch with Tuberville over at first base. A long look in for the sign from Chris Torres behind the dish, and he sets now to chest, and here comes the 1-2 pitch. Runner stays, and the pitch is low, and it's 2-2. Oklahoma City trying to live to see another day and another chance at a championship, which has eluded them the last 2 years. They have lost to Lewis Clark State 2 years in a row in the championship. Here's the 2-2, and that's swung on and missed. He struck him out. And there are 2 out in the inning. 4 strikeouts now for Eddie Ortega. And the Stars now an out away from wasting the leadoff single by Tony Sanguinetti. But here's Aaron Williams, a good left-handed bat for the Stars. He is 0 for 1, a ground out to second base. His first time up. He looks down the third base line, where Keith Lytle coaches for Oklahoma City. Gets the signs, and Williams digs in on the left side. Ortega now steps off and look at first base. Tuberville was not very far off, but he will retreat back to the bag. And Ortega ready again. And here comes the pitch. And it's taken for strike 1. 0-1 to the Stars left fielder, Aaron Williams. He has split time or platooned time in this tournament with Matt Black, who's also seen time in left field. When it's a right-handed pitcher, it's Aaron Williams. If they see a lefty, Matt Black, as he gets from the right side, is normally the guy we see in left. Here's the 0-1, and it's fouled straight back, and it's quickly 0-2 here on Aaron Williams. Eddie Ortega, the ace of the staff for Cumberland, comes in with a 12-3 record, a 3.05 ERA. And again, he did not fare well in his appearance earlier in the tournament against Bellevue. He went 6 innings and gave up 9 hits and 7 runs, 6 of which were earned, and a couple of home runs to Jason Svedlik, the first baseman for Bellevue. However, Cumberland came back to win as Josh Underhill came in and got the job done. Josh Underhill has done it twice in the series, and I would imagine that he is available tonight should the Bulldogs need him. Here's the 0-2. Breaking pitch, grounded foul on the first base side, and the count still 0-2 here on Aaron Williams. 6-2 our score. Cumberland leading Oklahoma City. Cumberland, the 5 seed coming into the World Series, and of course Oklahoma City, the number 1 seed, top ranked, and an unbelievable record coming in. And now they're 73-6, so it's still unbelievable, and it will be regardless of what happens. The pitch is up high, and the count is 1-2 to Aaron Williams. Well, we had a great on-deck show today at 12:34. That's when it began, 12:34 to 1 o'clock. Mike Katko sat down, my partner, with both head coaches, Woody Hunt with Cumberland and Denny Craybaugh with Oklahoma City. They had a great conversation. Hope you were tuned in for that. 1-2 pitch, and it gets away as the runner goes, and Tuberville is down to second base. Chris Torres could not get it out of the glove and dropped it. So Tuberville now in scoring position, and the count is 2-2 on Aaron Williams. A runner in scoring position for the Stars, and they don't want to waste him out there. 2-2 here on Aaron Williams. Ortega with the side. He agrees and sets at the chest, and here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swung on a miss, dropped by Torres. Gonna have to throw down to first base. The throw wide of first base. Williams reaches. It will be a strikeout, the 5th one of the game for Ortega, but Williams scoots down to first base. I think that might be a wild pitch.
Actually, they're going to score it a pass ball, and that allows the runner Tuberville to get down to third. So here's a situation, Brian, where they have given the Stars an extra out. And here's a guy for Oklahoma City who really needs to get a base hit to help his team himself. He's really been struggling.
Dave Marlette, the Stars third baseman, 0 for 1 tonight, a strikeout victim, but a chance here to get the Stars a little closer with a base hit. Tuberville at third base, and Aaron Williams reaching on the pass ball after striking out. He is at first. Ortega trying to get out of the inning unscathed. Sets, and here's the pitch to Marlette, and that's low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Dave Marlette has a lot of folks here cheering for him in Lewiston. A bunch of them climbed in a van and drove the 1,800 plus miles out here. It took them right around 30 hours to get here. Here's the 1-0. And that is a strike at the knees of Dave Marlette. The count is 1-1. Get a good crowd here tonight to take in this one. As the Stars and Cumberland do battle for the second time in this tournament again. Cumberland won 12-8 earlier. That was on Memorial Day Monday. Here's the 1-1, breaking ball, and that's delivered low. And the Scotia outside, it's 2-1. We are in the bottom of the 4th. Cumberland leading here, 6-2 over Oklahoma City. But the Stars are threat runners at the corners. And a 2-1 count to Dave Marlette. Ortega ready. Here's the 2-1. Ground ball, right side, or rather left side, backhanded in foul territory by Cudrano. And it's 2-2 on Dave Marlette.
Well, Ryan Walker, Brian, the on-deck hitter, 2 for 4 on the tournament, including a ground out, hasn't had many chances. He's had success half the time, though, and this is the guy they would like. Marlette, with his strikeout in the second inning, now 3 for 17.
2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Ortega ready on the mound, and here it comes to Dave Marlette, and it's up high. 3-2. So the payoff pitch coming here, and Aaron Williams and Eric Tuberville can get a head start here. 2 out in the inning and a full count. Ortega laboring just a bit here in the 4th inning. He should be out of it. Runners going, there's the pitch. It's grounded foul left side. It's still 3-2 to Dave Marlette. Lewis Clark State head coach Ed Sheff watching now down the right field line, as Lewis Clark State was eliminated by Embry-Riddle on Tuesday this week. And tournament officials wondered how the community would respond in the form of attendance, and they have responded very well, maybe even beyond what they thought they'd see. This is a good crowd.
It's a great crowd
tonight. Still 3-2 here on Dave Marlette. Ortega set. Here's the pitch. Up high, ball 4, and that's going to load the bases. So Marlette, good at that. Draws the walk. Second walk issue by Ortega. Aaron Williams moves down to second base. Tuberville already at third. Marlette at first. And Ryan Walker will be the hitter for Oklahoma City. And Walker in the series is 2 for 4, so he's hitting .500. Again, 0 for 1 so far tonight.
Well, you might think it's early in the game to see Josh Underhill up, but he is up already. And again, here's a guy who came in very early against these Stars last time and shut him down the rest of the way. He's had some time off. He hasn't pitched since Monday.
They were able to not have to use him. Here's the pitch, and that's high to Ryan Walker, and the count is 1-0. 6-2 our score, but Oklahoma City now, the tying run is at the plate in the form of Ryan Walker.
2 home runs on the year for Walker.
Ortega working from the windup now with the bases loaded and 2 gone. And here's the pitch, and it's a strike on the inside corner. It's 1-1 to Ryan Walker. Ryan Walker, the designated hitter tonight for Oklahoma City, has also caught a game in the World Series. Stars have used 3 catchers, Sanguinetti, Gary Savas, who caught yesterday, and Ryan Walker, who caught a couple days ago. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Ortega. And it's taken for strike 2, and it's quickly 1-2 on Ryan Walker. Well, if the Stars can't get a run here, Mike, that would be an unfortunate circumstance for them. Bases loaded, and you simply can't leave the runners out there against a good team like Cumberland. Ortega ready. Here it comes, the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. He struck him out, and Eddie Ortega works his way out of the jam here in the 4th inning. The Stars, no runs on a hit, no errors, and they leave 3 out there. The Stars have left 4 through 4 innings. When it's 6-2 Cumberland, we go to the 5th. Mike is back for the call after a timeout on this World Series baseball broadcast, brought to you in part by the Clearwater River Casino, just down the road from home.
Well, Mike Cat, go back with you now as we go to the top of the 5th inning, and the Cumberland University Bulldogs have the lead right now by a score of 6-2. 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors, 2 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error for Oklahoma City. And here's Donnie Burkhalter, the first baseman for Cumberland, to be followed by Chris Torres and Craig Moreland against Mike Mikowski. Burkhalter a double, and he has also struck out. So he stands in from the right side with the Bulldogs leading in the game by 4, and after that 2-run home run by Ledbetter Bryant in the 1st inning, Oklahoma City has not scored, and the pitch to Burkhalter's high, 1-0. Well, they've been held in check despite the fact they got him loaded up in the 4th inning. Eddie Ortega worked his way out, got the strikeout to end the inning as Ryan Walker waved at it. Here's the 1-0 to Burkhalter, high, 2-0. Nobody warming for Oklahoma City right now. Josh Underhill had been up last half inning. He is now standing along with the bullpen catcher, and here's the delivery, and it's a strike. In fact, the bullpen catcher for the Bulldogs, Daniel Etheridge, is eating peanuts. That's how relaxed he is. Here's the 2-1, and it's high, and it's 3-1. As Underhill now leaning against the fence right outside of the third base dugout. That's something we can see from here. We can see him eat peanuts. We can't see that from our vantage point up in the press box. The pitch is swung on and fouled off, and it's 3-2. Cumberland with a run in the 1st. Oklahoma City took a 2-1 lead in the 2nd, and back came the Bulldogs with 4 in the 2nd and 1 in the 3rd. And now, stepping off is Mikowski. And he's back up there now, and here comes the 3-2 to Burkhalter, and it's high. He tried to snap a breaking pitch down into the zone, and it stayed high, so Burkhalter is aboard, and the leadoff man on here. And that is the first walk by Mikowski. He has hit a batter. And so with nobody out, here's Chris Torres, who is grounded out to short, and he is singled. We are in the fifth, a gorgeous evening in Lewiston, Idaho, and hello to wherever you may be listening on the radio here locally or on the internet. Here's the delivery, and popped straight up and back, and Sanguinetti is going to run out of room as that's in the crowd. It bounces around up there, and it's 0-1. Listening in Tullahoma, Tennessee, rooting for the Bulldogs, and thanks for tuning in. Whoever wins, Brian, it's going to be their first baseball championship. They've been close, both teams. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. It's 0-2.
Cumberland lost out to Bellevue in 1995, and of course the Stars, the last 2 years here in Lewiston, have both coaches are deserving of the national championship. They have done everything in their power to put together two really good teams.
They really are. I kind of got that feeling visiting with them today at noon. Pitch is way high. They both want to win. It's 1-2 on the hitter, Torres, but they both know it's not the end of the world. The sun's going to come up tomorrow. Ask Warrior head coach Ed Sheff. You know, he's won 13, and the sun came up on Wednesday. Here's the 1-2, slow curve up high, 2-2 against Cumberland in the World Series here in Lewiston in 1988, out in 2. Also in 93, 95, 96, 97, and 98. But they've not been back until now. Here's the pitch, and that is hit in the air to left field, and Aaron Williams is drifting over into left center. He's under it, and he makes the catch for the first out of the inning. So 1 out. And the hitter will be Craig Moreland. In 93, Cumberland finished third. Didn't make the tournament in 94. In 95 was the year you were talking about. A lot of people thought they were the best team, but Bellevue all the way through the losers bracket and beat Cumberland 8-5. In 96, Cumberland was third again. That was the year Lewis Clark State won it. There's a snap throw to first base, and diving back in safely is Burkhalter. In 97, Cumberland won an opening round game and then lost a couple of games. And in 98, the same thing happened. They won early and then lost 2 in a row. There's a pitch that is fouled straight back. And 98 was the last time they've been here. And Oklahoma City in 02 and 03, right at this very park, has accepted the second place trophy. And they're looking to get gold instead of silver. Here's the 1-1 low, and a good stop by Sanguinetti. He's been a busy man today.
Preston Sims now getting loose down in the right field bullpen, Mike, for Oklahoma City.
That ball is fouled back, and it's still 2-2. Sims, inauspicious outing against, I believe it was William Penn, right, Brian? An inning and 2/3 and gave up 4 earned runs. He really helped the Statesman, or didn't help him, but he allowed him to get right back into it because he was not sharp. And now 2-2, Lon Moreland, who was grounded out, and he's also executed a sacrifice bunt. Strike 3 called, and Moreland is the second out of the inning. So a good pitch there by Mikowski, and that is strikeout number 1 for Mike.
His first K in the book, and a dandy right there. A strike, a fastball right at the knees. Moreland must have been looking for something else.
Number 1,
Mikowski blew it right by him.
Caleb Barrett reached on a throwing error by E.J. Shanks, came all the way around to third and scored on a single by Victor Alvarez. That was back in that second inning when Cumberland scored 4 times. And he also lined out to Ledbetter and right, and the pitch is ball 1. Ready now again, and that ball is hit down the left field line. Williams a long run in, and Aaron's going to get there right in front of us. He makes the catch for the third out of the inning. No runs, no hits. The leadoff walk goes nowhere, and they leave one. Halfway through this game, it's 6-2 in favor of Cumberland, and we're back after a timeout. Our coverage is brought to you in part by the Clearwater River Casino, just down the road from home. Welcome back to Harris Field on the campus of Lewis Clark State College in Lewiston.
Leading off for the Stars, center fielder number 14.
And the hitter will be Scott Balser, Denver Kitchen, Ted Ledbetter. Top of the order for the Stars as they trail 6-2 now in the bottom of the fifth inning. And the left-handed hitting Balster, who is 0 for 1, he has grounded out to second and he has walked. He stands in, and the first pitch from Ortega is high. And again, Woody Hunt wants to go as long as he can with the hurler. Right hand to Ortega, and Balster takes that one at the knees for a strike. 1-1. Balster, Kitchen, Ledbetter. 1-1, and that is a little bit low. It's 2-1. We are in the bottom of the fifth, and Cumberland with that big 4-run second has the lead, 6-2. Time is called now. Balster has had a good tournament. 444. He is 8 for 18 coming into today. And now Ortega back up on the hill. And that ball is hit high in the air in the infield. The third baseman, Cudrado, is calling, and on the grass he makes the catch for the first out. Well, the way he held up his glove, Brian, I wasn't sure if he didn't see the ball, and it's kind of getting to be that time of night where the white clouds could maybe play havoc with an infielder looking up to that sky, but Cudrado had it all the way. Denver Kitch will stand in. Right-handed hitting at shortstop with 2 hits tonight. He has a base hit and an infield single. He hits that ball in the air to center field, and Minkle doesn't see it. Now he's coming in at the last minute, and he does. And Mike Minkle makes the catch. Well, he may have seen it at first and then lost it. Then he came sprinting in, and when he started his sprint, Brian, he slipped. And he really had to struggle to get there, but the ball was hit so high, and so it was a flyout. His Kitch didn't get all of that one.
Yeah, it hung up there long enough for him to adjust to it and regroup and get there and make the play. And there are 2 gone in the inning, and Eddie Ortega now and out away from putting the Stars down in order here in the fifth.
And so here's the hitter, Ted Ledbetter. And again, we've talked about all week long, Brian, this is when you want to face Ted Ledbetter with 2 outs and nobody on, and he bounces it foul past Keith Lytle, the head, or rather the third base coach for the Stars. Oklahoma City has a tradition in that they will change first base coaches every time they lose. Talk about that in a minute as the pitch is low to Ledbetter. As long as you win, you're the first base coach. And they had a huge winning streak when Brandon Kitch, Denver Kitch's older brother, was the first base coach. But since the loss to Cumberland, Brandon was replaced as Ledbetter takes the pitch low. It's 2-1. And so Brandon is in the dugout, and they have a new first base coach, and that gentleman, if this was a regular season game, would be there until they see the next loss. In this situation, he's either going to be there until the season ends tonight or tomorrow night, because they're either going to lose or win right here, and that's going to be it. So Ledbetter takes the pitch, and it's 3-1.
Well, we've talked to Brandon before. He's a great guy. I know you and him talk a lot when the Stars are in town, and talked to him several times this week.
The 3-1's a strike. Well, Brandon introduced Tony Sanguinetti and his fiancée, Alex Boyley. We had Alex and Tony's mother on the On Deck show yesterday, and Alex gives Brandon credit for introducing those two, and they're getting married in October. The 3-2 is low, and Ted Ledbetter draws a walk. So Ledbetter now receives the walk. That's the third walk given up by Ortega.
Sanguinetti.
And here is the aforementioned Tony Sanguinetti, who has grounded out to third, and he singled to left in his last at-bat. So he is 7 for 21. And he's hitting .333, and Tony does have a couple of home runs. And again, this is a Stars team that one swing of the bat puts them in good shape as far as getting back into this game. And here's a guy who can do it. Here's the delivery to Sanguinetti, and he swings and fouls it at the plate. Eddie Ortega coming up on 80 pitches. And we'll have to wait and see when Woody Hunt decides that it's Josh Underhill time. If he does, Underhill was up earlier when Ortega ran into some trouble in the fourth, but he got out of it by striking out Ryan Walker. Ortega ready again, a check of the runner, Ledbetter. Here's the pitch to Sanguinetti, a fastball that is low. 1-1. The Stars are batting in the fifth with 2 outs, down 4. They were down 5 to Cumberland on Monday night. Came back and tied the game, only to lose by 4. Here's the pitch. Sanguinetti takes a strike on the outside corner. Tony didn't think so. 1-2. He steps out of the box and takes the helmet off and wipes his forehead. He's probably thinking, why don't we get that when I'm sitting right down here in front of you, Mr. Umpire? Tony is a competitor. He'll get right back in there and wait on the 1-2. And now stepping off is Ortega. Beautifully going to drop down. Not much below 70, if at all, tonight in Lewiston. Here's the pitch to Sanguinetti. Swung on and missed. They got Tony Sanguinetti with a high fastball, and that's how you hit Tony Sanguinetti. Eddie Ortega threw it past him. That is his 7th strikeout. No runs, no hits, and 1 left on. We go to the 6th, and it is still 6-2 Cumberland, and our coverage is brought to you in part by the Clearwater River Casino, just down the road from home. Well, we go down to the top of the 6th inning. We want to welcome those of you listening on the internet at KOZE-sports.com. We've been with you all year for Lewis Clark State Warrior Baseball, and all week long. This is the 18th game on the internet. And for the Cumberland Bulldogs, it will be the shortstop, Victor Alvarez, Derek Depew, and Mike Minkle. 8, 9, and 1 against Mike Mikowski, who has really put the reps on the Bulldogs since entering the game in the third. He got out of the third inning, and he has got out of any problems in the fourth and fifth. And the first delivery to Alvarez is inside, 1-0. Here's the delivery, and it's a 1-1 count as it's taken for a strike. 1-1. Ready again now is the right-hander Mikowski, and here comes the 1-1, squaring to bunt, and takes the pitch a little bit low. 2-1. Mikowski is ready again, and here's the delivery to Alvarez. Ground ball to the shortstop Kitch. He's got it on a couple hops, and he throws him out. 1 out in the inning. And the hitter will be the second baseman, Derek Depew. Depew with a big RBI, rather a big single in the second, ended up scoring. And then he grounded out to the second baseman, Clark. And Mikowski ready, and here comes the pitch, and Depew takes the strike. 6 runs on 8 hits for the Bulldogs, 2 runs on only 4 hits. And the Stars have committed 1 error. The 0-1 is high, 1-1. And Mikowski, the right-hander, ready again, and here comes the delivery, and that's inside, 2-1. Well, again, we want to thank those of you listening on the internet. And the games are available for purchase. The audio, $9.95 plus $1.99 shipping and handling, and you can purchase those online at koce-sports.com. It's safe and secure using PayPal. That ball is hit in the air, left center field, long run in for Williams, and he's not going to get there. Bounces in front of Arian Williams, so a one-out base hit for the Bulldogs. And they have their 9th hit of the evening. And a runner at first base. And the hitter is the leadoff man, Mike Minkle. And you look at the bottom of the order, Brian, and Caleb Barrett, number 7, has been on and scored. Alvarez, the 8th place hitter, has 2 hits, 2 RBIs. He has scored. The 9th place hitter, Depew, has 2 hits and 1 run so far. And so both of these teams mirror each other in that fact. It doesn't matter where you are in the lineup. It's difficult outs all the way through. And now here is Minkle. And the pitch that's blocked by Sanguinetti, but down to second base goes the runner Depew. I don't know if he was going or if that's going to be a wild pitch. It was blocked nicely by Sanguinetti, but did he run on the pitch or is it a wild pitch? We'll wait and see. Get the word from the booth. Regardless, Depew is at second in a stolen base as he was going. So a stolen base for Depew, and Sanguinetti walks the ball back out to Mikowski. So Cumberland with another runner in scoring position, leading 6-2 already. And Minkle is 0 for 3. Rare for him, Brian, to be shut out in the leadoff spot for the Bulldogs, and he takes that pitch for a strike. He came into the tournament, came into this game of the tournament hitting 8 for 19 with 7 runs batted in the leadoff spot. And now Mikowski ready. A check of the runner at second, and the pitch is high, but a strike. My mistake. I saw that come in, and you need to wait for Mike Paquette. And he calls that a strike, and it's 1-2. Minkle has bounced back to the mound, has grounded out to Kitch at short, and has flied out to Ledbetter and right. At second base is Depew. He is now going to third, and they throw the ball back to the mound. They bounce it back to the mound, gloved by Mikowski, and they throw out Depew, who is going on contact. So Minkle's safe on the fielder's choice. Depew is out at third base, so Mikowski gloves that ball and throws to Marlette, and they get Depew easily. He was going on contact.
Yeah, good play there by the pitcher. Mikowski got that ball, made a good throw to third base, and they get the lead runner. And that's important at this juncture of the game, like a 4-run game. You don't want to have a guy down there 90 feet away for Cumberland because they tend to come up with big hits. Here's Philip Cuadrado, who has triple into the right field corner. He is 1 for 2. He's also been hit by a pitch. He's driven in a run, and he scored a run. And Cuadrado, the left-handed hitter, takes a strike. Action for Oklahoma City again. Preston Sims now is just waiting. So the right-hander Sims is ready. Moved to first base and back safely is Minkle. Well, Minkle finally gets on, but not via a base hit, via a fielder's choice, and he gets the leadoff runner thrown out as he bounced it right back to the mound. And a good play by Mikowski. Cuadrado awaits. Here's the pitch, and it's a little bit high. 1-1. 6 runs, 9 hits for the Bulldogs, 2 runs, 4 hits, and an error for the Stars. And another move to first base, and Minkle is back. And Mikowski ready again, and here's the pitch, and it's swung on and missed. He took a big whack at it, did Cuadrado, came up empty. 1-2. Neither team scored in the 4th or the 5th, which is a rare occurrence for these two teams. And now the Bulldogs a strike away from getting shut out in the 6th here, and the pitch is fouled off high out of play. It's still 1-2. Charlie McFarland, the DH, who has a couple of hits, would be next. And the time that McFarland made an out, he lined out sharply to the shortstop Kitch. So
McFarland has hit it hard all 3 times, but right now, Mike Mikowski is working on Cuadrado. Here comes the pitch, and it's strike 3 called. Down he goes, and down go the Bulldogs in the 6th. No runs, a hit, and they leave 1 out there. We go to the Oklahoma City 6th, and it's still 6-2 Cumberland. And our coverage is brought to you in part by the Clearwater River Casino, just down the road from home. Well, tonight's attendance, 2,735. Not bad for a Thursday night in Lewiston. Championship game, perhaps. If Cumberland hangs on, it's all over. If the Stars come back and win the game, we'll play again
Number 25, Arnie Gomez.
tomorrow. Arnie Gomez stands in against Eddie Ortega. Ortega struck out Sanguinetti with a man on in the 5th inning. He has 7 strikeouts. And Arnie Gomez is one of them. He struck him out to end the 1st inning, and the first pitch is a strike. 0-1.
And lucky number for the golf.
Gomez gave it a ride in the 4th. He really had a hard shot, but right at the left fielder, Craig Moreland. Here's the pitch, and it's a breaking ball outside. 1-1. No outs in the bottom of the 6th for Oklahoma City. Here's the pitch to Gomez, and that's a strike. And it's 1-2. Arnie, the first baseman for Oklahoma City, and came into this game hitting .353, 6 for 17. Here's the delivery, and it missed low. A fastball by Ortega. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And now Ortega shakes off a sign from Torres, knows what he wants to deal with Gomez, and he hits it high in the air, and I think it's going to get out of play. The catcher, Torres, did not see it. He immediately threw up his hands and looked back at the dugout as if to say, I need some help. You need to let me know where it is. And I think everyone in the dugout knew it was out of play, and so they didn't bother to say anything to Chris Torres, and it's still 2-2 on Gomez. And now they're ready, and here's the 2-2. Just got a piece of that one. It's an off-speed pitch from Torres, and well out in front of it was Gomez, and he just managed to get a piece of it with the aluminum bat, and it's still 2-2. Bottom of the 6th from Lewiston as we approach 9 o'clock local time. The 2-2 is hit in the air, and a line drive to center field, and on a hop, Mike Minkle will play it out there. Here come the Stars. They have a leadoff single in the 6th inning. That's their 5th hit of the game.
Second baseman number 2, Cameron Clark.
And you look back, Brian, and in the 4th inning they had the leadoff man on. That was Sanguinetti, who singled and moved all the way to 3rd, but was stranded there, along with Williams and Marlette when Walker struck out. So this is the 2nd time they have had the leadoff man on. And here's Clark, who has struck out twice. And he hits that one foul out of play. Josh Underhill getting ready to loosen up now on the bullpen mound, the right-hander who has appeared in 2 games. And Underhill going to loosen up, and Coach Hunt will not hesitate to go with Josh Underhill. Here's the delivery to Clark. He tried to hold up and could not, and it's quickly 0-2. Cameron Clark came into tonight hitting .615, but he has been struck out twice. Once looking and once swinging. And ready again is the right-hander Ortega. Here comes the 0-2 to Clark, and he hits it high and foul on the right side, and that's going to get out of play. And it's still 0-2. A lot of people milling around down here on the 3rd baseline. I think they always do, but we don't see them because we're not down here. But pretty good group of people down down here right near us. Now at the 0-2 again to Clark, and it's high, a fastball. 1 and 2. Loosen up for the Bulldogs in the bullpen right behind the third base dugout. Here's the pitch, and Clark hits that in the air to center field. Minkle coming in, and he makes the catch. Another line drive. They throw back to first base, and they'll throw down the line a little bit toward home plate. But Minkle able to make the catch off the line drive off the bat of Clark. He smoked that one, Brian.
He hit that ball hard, and right at the center fielder Minkle, though he hadn't played perfectly out there, but a ball that's pretty well hit, and Ortega's pitch count getting up there now, and he must be getting close to 100 pitches at this point.
Here is the left-handed hitting left fielder, Aaron Williams. Aaron tonight has grounded out to second, and he struck out, but he reached on a wild pitch, and he hits that ball in the air to left field and fairly deep, but Moreland is going to have room. Going back on the ball, and he makes the catch. So Aaron Williams goes the other way, but the park holds it, and there are 2 outs here in the 6th. And you're right, Brian. Eddie Ortega is approaching the 100-pitch mark. This next pitch will be his 95th of the evening and 58 strikes. Dave Marlette has struck out, and he has walked. He had a very good at-bat in the 4th when he worked Ortega for a walk, and that loaded the bases, but Ryan Walker was unable to get him in as he struck out to end the inning, and Marlette swings and misses. Oklahoma City picked up its 5th hit of the game in this inning, the leadoff single by Gomez, but there he stands at first base. And the delivery to Marlette. That's hit in the air to center field, right center, and that one's got a chance to get down, and it will. And Gomez around second, on his way to third, and they will hold him here. And it's a double for Dave Marlette. So Marlette finally breaks out with a double to right center field, and Gomez down to third base. So second and third for Oklahoma City now with 2 outs. And here is Ryan Walker, the designated hitter, to try to drive in a couple with a base hit and get Oklahoma City closer. And Woody Hunt is going to come out and have a visit with Eddie Ortega. He's going to bring in Donnie Burkhalter at first, the catcher Chris Torres, the second baseman Derek Depew, and Underhill was warming up, and now he's back up on the hill, and I think Woody Hunt is going to let Eddie Ortega go and see if they can get Ryan Walker, and Scott Balster would be next. Walker has grounded out to short, and he has struck out. So he was 2 for 5 in this tournament. This is the second game that he has played, as they have used 3 different catchers in this tournament. Gary Savas has caught, Ryan Walker has caught, and Tony Sanguinetti has caught. It was Walker catching against Mount Vernon Nazarene, and Walker had a bunt single and a single to left center field in that game. And the first pitch bounces in, and a good stop there by Chris Torres, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, great stop there by Torres, because if he doesn't stop it, Mike, that's going to get a run home. And while it is a 4-run lead, there's still a lot of baseball left in this game.
Walker, a right-handed batter, awaiting as Ortega now going to go from the windup with runners at second and third, glances over at Gomez, and here's the pitch to Walker, and it's outside. 2-0. Well, the left-hander Balster is due next, and Balster is 0 for 2 with a walk. But in the tournament, he's 8 for 20. And he has home run power, does Scott Balster, with 3 home runs in this tournament. And if Walker could reach, Balster would be the tying run. So ready again now, and here comes the 2-0 to Walker, and it's a strike. Right down the middle, 2-1. Again, 2,735 in attendance tonight. As Ortega working to Ryan Walker in the bottom of the 6th inning, and here comes the delivery, a slow curve that is high, and it's 3-1. And Underhill looks like he's ready to go, and I wonder if Woody Hunt would go with him right here in the 6th with the bases loaded. Ortega back up on the hill, and Eddie has been in trouble in and out of trouble today, and he's managed to get out of it for the most part. Here comes the 3-1, and it's popped up foul on the right side and out of play. And it's 3-2. Torres is going to walk the ball back out, the new baseball, and give it to Ortega. And the 3-2 pitch will be forthcoming with Gomez at third and Marlette at second. And Ortega ready now with the 3-2 to Walker, and it's hit high in the air in the infield. The third baseman, Cutrona, was calling. He's in fair territory, and he caught it. And that's it for the Stars. No runs, 2 hits. They leave 2 more. They have left 7. We go to the 7th. Brian is with you for the play-by-play. It's still 6-2, Cumberland. And our coverage is brought to you in part by the United Dairy by the Clearwater River Casino, just down the road from home.